Thrills and the Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks. So again, good evening, everyone. It has been a full day. It's been an adventurous day of baseball on Zaleski Sports today, and we're glad to be bringing you the nightcap here of this one. We've had one and almost two state semifinal games today. It was the Columbus Catholic Dons taking down Loyal today, 3-1. The third time they have met this year. And Columbus took game number 3 as well. They'll take on Potosi Cassville, who walked off in 11 innings against Reedsville this morning. And that is a state championship game at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Marathon, kind of a surprise. We were talking about it, just looking at it now. They're down 9-3 against Cedar Grove, Belgium in the top of the 6th inning. The bases are loaded for the Rockets. And 2 outs. 9-3. Marathon's got a long way to go with 6 outs to play. We're here, Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, two teams kind of on the different side of things. Rapids coming in with a couple of nice wins. Marshfield in league play, still looking for that first victory. They'll have their hands full tonight against Jordan Tibbetts. We'll give you the defensive lineman here in just a moment, as the Redhawks take to the field here at the Quadplex for the first time here this year.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff, because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
It is Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. First pitch this evening, a little after 7 o'clock. Jordan Tibbetts pumps in a ball, just misses away to Isaiah Byrell, followed by Preston Wagner, Jack Tubbs, Aiden Cherney, Sam Lehman, Colton Schillinger, Luke Wirtz, Andrew Saraki, and Cole Hediger for head coach Luke Wirtz. Grounded off the end of the bat and reeve it up at a ball and strike. Brewers and Guardians tonight. It is the Major League debut of a 21-year-old phenom Cooper Pratt. He is at shortstop tonight. That one misses a touch high, and we're 2-1. Batting 8th in the lineup today, Luis Rengifo has been designated for assignment, so he is no longer a Milwaukee Brewer. There's a strike. We're even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Not looking too promising for games tomorrow. We got a couple on the schedule. And that one's popped up first base side. Over on it is Cam Oliver in foul territory, and makes the catch for the first out. Brendan Huber is in left field. Peyton Nelson and Tommy Droner are in center and right. Brad Comer, Nathan Kromenacher, Tyler Byer, and Cam Oliver from third to first, and Vinny Fonte catching Jordan Tibbetts here tonight. Just a couple of these guys are Rapids natives. Of course, Brendan Huber, Nathan Kromenacher, Tyler Byer, Jordan Tibbetts. First offering is swung on a miss to Preston Wagner. The 0-1 offering. Jack Tubbs on deck. Jack, an all-state player at Stratford in his time. How about that? Cooper Pratt turning a 6-4-3 double play at his center, or at his shortstop position for the Crew. They go into the second inning. There's a fly ball to right. That's trouble. Over on it is Tommy Droner. Foul territory and doesn't make the catch. That was a Good effort out there by Tommy. Had another nice year for the Pointers, did Droner. Beautiful night here in central Wisconsin. It turned out to be beautiful. Downpoured this morning, downpoured this afternoon. Now we're caked in the sun with a couple of clouds in the sky. The 1-2 offering here to Wagner. Lined right back up the middle for a one-out base hit. And Marshfield has their first base runner for Jack Tubbs, the center fielder. Jack at St. Mary's in Winona. Just finished up his freshman campaign. As mentioned, in all states, just about everything that Jack did. Of course, led Stratford to a couple of football state champions at QB1. One of the top baseball players at Stratford as well. Stratford had another nice year. They lost 2 marathon. A sectional up in Crivets last week. True thirds for marathon, threw a no-hitter in that game. Runner at first and 1 out. We're in the top of the first inning. We play 9 here in Dairyland League Baseball. Aiden Cherney, a longtime Auburndale Eagle and Marshfield Blue Devil on deck. Offering off the end of the bat again, foul into the Rapids bullpen area. Derek Freeman, our home plate umpire tonight. Keep an eye on that Rapids Everest Legion game as well. Now just misses outside. 3-1. 3-2. What a turnaround though for Wisconsin Rapids. they had a 15-11 or 15-12 game last night. That one's grounded to second. Double play opportunity. Byer to second for 1. Kromenacher to first, and it gets away from Oliver. And Tubbs will reach second on the errant throw. So out there, Tubbs will reach on the fielder's choice and then get to second on the error by Kromenacher. They're down 8-4, 8-5 in the 6th inning last night. I turned it off at that point, came back, turned it back on, and it was 15-8. And then Stratford made it interesting in the 7th inning as well. So that was a game as also that started late because the Junior Legion game was 9-8. Spikes in there. 2-0 to Aiden Cherney. Wisconsin Rapids starting right where they left off last night. A couple of doubles, and they lead 1-0 against Everest in the first inning. They struggled to score last night. Ground ball into left field. Brendan Hubert coming up. They're going to hold Tubbs. And Aiden Cherney with a 2-out base hit. Now there's runners at the corners for Sam Lehman. Marathon looking to get something in the bottom of the 6th inning. They still trail 9-3, but they have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Sam Lehman trying to give the Shaps an early lead. That misses high. The 1-0. There's a strike. Can't even watch this Brewers game. The sun is too bright. I just want to see Cooper Pratt bat. That was fouled straight back in the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They say he is a quite the athletic figure. 6'4" as a shortstop. Pretty big. Hayden Cherney takes second base. Almost to second base before Tibbetts even released the ball. Now base hit with drive in 2. Jordan kicks and fires. Ground ball and into left. Tubbs will score. Huber comes up throwing. An RBI base hit for Sam Lehman. And the Shaps have a 1-0 lead. Station to station. Now Colton Schillinger. Good start here for the Shaps. Runners still at the corners and 2 outs. They're striking the outside. Game start off with a pop-up to the first baseman. Preston Wagner singled. Jack Tubbs reached down a fielder's choice and got to second on an error. Cherney and then Lehman both singled. Allen's line to center. Peyton Nelson is there. And that'll end our first inning. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 left on. 1 error as well. We played a half an inning. Chaparral's 1. Rapids coming up. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, we're back. Tommy Droner will lead things off here in the home half of the first inning. Droner followed by Peyton Nelson, Brad Comer, Cam Oliver, Nathan Kromenacher, Kenny Schultz is DHing tonight, Tyler Byer, Vinny Fonte, and Brennan Huber. They'll be going up against the aforementioned Aiden Cherney. Aiden had a great Legion career. Misses inside. 2-0 to Tommy. As mentioned, Droner had a pretty nice year with the Pointers. The 2-0. There's a high, and it's 3-0. Brad Comer, who is due up third in this inning. The all-time home run leader for the University. 10-4 Cedar Grove, Belgium over Marathon. There's a low inside strike, and the count runs full from 3-0 to 3-2 here in the first against the Red Hawks leadoff hitter. And Cherney slips on the mound. We saw beforehand that Nathan Kromenacher is out there testing it out. Yeah, not a super secure mound with the rain and all that stuff. Makes everything a little bit extra slippery on turf. That'll bring up Peyton Nelson. Peyton had a big year last year for the Red Hawks. Now Spikes in there, and it's 1-0. Rapids was scheduled to host the state tournament this year. Was told that will be elsewhere. There's a strike. Droner down to second. Oh, overslid the base, and he's out. Started sliding too late and slid over the base. Again, just mentioned it. The rain makes it extra slippery. He had it stolen, but Cole Hedinger had the tag on him, and once he slipped past the base, that was lined into over to third. Zaraki across, and a wild throw. That's an error. Nelson's going to reach second. And now he's rounding second, going to third across the diamond, and he's going to be out. Oh, they're going to say safe. Nelson was jogging down to first after he was going to get thrown out at first, but errant throw. Nelson took off. He was almost thrown out at third base. That was a bang-bang play. Nice play by Luke Wirtz to make it close. That'll bring up Brad Comer with a runner at third and one out. That was a heck of a play over there at third base by Zaraki to even play that on the hop. Not even a hop. It was a scorcher to third. The 0-1. And Cherney slips off the mound again. Nothing in two. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a foul ball hit up there. The fourth, the upper deck at American Family Field, down that third base line, or first base line. That was a high towering foul ball. All right, Cooper Pratt's going to bat in the third. Looking forward to it for the Brewers. He's coming up soon. The 1-2 here to Comer. That one is smashed to left field. Backing up on it is Wagner at the warning track, and he made the catch. And Nelson will tag up and score. And we're tied up. That was a heck of a play out there by Preston Wagner. And there's two away. We're tied up here. Twisting and turning and moving around. Nice job out there. Now that'll bring up Cam Oliver. Cam flies this one third base side, not a play. (10-4) Cedar Grove, Belgium over Marathon at the top of the seventh. Red Raiders season likely coming to an end unless they can pull something off in the bottom of the seventh. There's still only one out for the Rockets. The runners at first and second. The 0-1. There's a swing and a miss way out in front, and it's nothing in two. Nathan Kromenacher waiting on deck. Oh, Cooper's going to lead the inning off. Family in attendance from Mississippi. Missed just a touch away, 1-2. They said his dad doesn't like flying. He doesn't fly. So they had the day off between Sunday and today to make the trip from Mississippi up to Wisconsin. Breaking ball missed high. Could have asked for a better layover day to allow the Pratt family to make their way up from Mississippi. Misses away. The first at bat from the 21-year-old, as they say, phenom. The 3-2. That one drops slow. From 0-2 to a walk. And Rapids has a 2-out base runner for Nathan Kromenacher. 241 average, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs in AAA Nashville for the Sound. And he grounds out to a shortstop in his first at-bat as a Milwaukee Brewer. Cherney has missed the zone 5 in a row. Matt Arnold in the booth with Brian Anderson. Brian's been gone in Europe for a while. I think at the some tennis competition over there. Still awesome that Brian Anderson comes back and does Brewers games, and after all of his national success, doing NBA games on TNT, doing all sorts of it, sporting events. Still wants to come back and do Brewers games. Kromenacher walks on 4 pitches, 8 in a row out of the zone. Third walk of the inning. We'll bring up Kenny Schultz. Kenny, a decorated player in his own right at Spash and with the Black Sox, the Plover Black Sox Legion team. Final 2 days of high school sports on Zaleski Sports this year. There's a strike to Kenny. One more game, just goodness, 12-4 Cedar Grove, Belgium. So that's going to finish up, and then he'll have Columbus Catholic and Potosi Cassville on Thursday. That'll be our last high school last high school game of the school year. And what another crazy year it was on Zaleski Sports. State champions crowned, conference champions, record-breaking years. Get it all tallied up here. North of 1,100 games again this year. Between the start of football and our final baseball game on Thursday. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Kenny Schultz. We're still in the bottom of the first inning. Rapids has scored once to tie it. They've had back-to-back walks here to Cam Oliver and Nathan Kromenacher. And Schultz lines it foul. Lots and lots of games, and we appreciate you all being a part of it. Good successful summer last year as well with adult baseball and Legion baseball. That kind of at times gets lost in the shuffle of total number of games, but it was a lot again. Give you a wild number here in just a moment. Oh! Did not miss by much. That'd be one that Sam Lehman would call for an ABS challenge. That was close. Full count. Oliver and Kromenacher will be off. There they go. And just missed a touch high. 3 walks in a row will bring up Tyler Byer. So about 1,100. My last count that I had was 1,115 games this past school year, nearly. There's a strike to Byer. You ready for this number, Ryan? Nearly 2 million YouTube views this year on live games. Live games and people going back to watch them. Ground ball to short. And underhands it to second to end the first inning. All right, let's see what we got. 1 run on no hits. There was an error and 3 left on. We played 1 complete. We're tied at 1. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
When hunger hits in Wisconsin Rapids, there's only one place to ride in for bold flavor: Rodeo Grill. This Tex-Mex grill is serving up juicy burgers and sizzling steaks, along with an extensive, authentic Mexican menu. Bring the family, meet up with friends, and enjoy great food in a beautiful, festive atmosphere. Dine in, take out, catering, they offer it all at Rodeo Grill, where big flavor meets small-town hospitality. Stop by today in Wisconsin Rapids and taste why everyone keeps coming back for more.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Luke Wertz will lead things off here for the Chaparrals, followed by Andrew Siraki and Cole Hediger. That's 7, 8, 9 for the Marshfield Chaparrals. The Battle of the Birds tonight, Reds, Hawks, and Chaps. As mentioned, Rapids was scheduled to host a regional and a state tournament this year. That's, as of right now, no longer happening here at the Quadplex. Get you more information as we go along. The Marshfield Blue Devils, the Legion team, is hosting the state tournament this year, the last weekend of July. State Championship Day, August 1st. Wertz looks at a strike to start the at-bat here in the second inning. All those games, along with all the regional games at Buchholz Park and Stevens Point, will be on Zaleski Sports, as well as a good chunk of Legion games the rest of the summer. I say the rest of the summer. The Legion season is going to be over in about a month. As a fly ball popped up, shallow center. And Peyton Nelson makes a catch. Yeah, it's hard to believe high school baseball is still going on in Appleton this week. Some Legion teams that have already played a good chunk of games. And some that are still looking to get a couple of in. Rapids and Evers tonight. They're supposed to turn around and play again here tomorrow. But, again, that is, as of right now, unlikely, which would ultimately mean they'll probably turn around on Thursday and play a doubleheader. Again, all the Valley, just like the Valley in the high school season, all play each other 3 times this year. But instead of, and unlike the high school season, they are they're playing all 3 games in the same week. There's a swing and a miss. We're even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the high school season, you went once through the conference And then the second time through the conference is when you played them both games in the same week, with Merrill jumping ship to the GNC. But unlike high school, Merrill is in the Valley for Legion baseball. Wausau, of course, only has one team, unlike the high school season. There's a swing and a miss as Tibbetts picks up his first Serve Pro strikeout. Call Serve Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro. Like it never even happened. Marathon down to their final 3 outs. They need 9 runs. Could happen. Saw it last night. Seen wilder things. Cole Hediger at the plate now with 2 outs. Another whole slate of games next week. Weather doesn't look overly sunny, but warmish and dry. Knock on wood. All the rain and the heat and a down lawnmower. I haven't been able to cut the grass. Ordered a new one yesterday. Getting some encouragement, per se, from his teammates, Cole Hedinger is. Fouled it off, and somebody yelled, "Cole, you made contact." That's the start. The 1-2. Hey, he did it again. Fouled it straight back. That's not Cole. That's Al Alicata. I say that doesn't look like Cole at all. Makes more sense now. Alicata swings through it and ends the second inning. Couple of strikeouts for Tibbetts. We've played an inning and a half. We're still tied at 1. It'll be 8-9-1 for Rapids coming up. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDeliver.com.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. Megasure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Step inside Wisconsin Rapids' newest indoor mini golf experience, Mini Rapids, where fun awaits all ages. Challenge your friends, bring the family, or plan the perfect date night. All on a one-of-a-kind course packed with twists, turns, and surprises. Rain or shine, it's putt time at Mini Rapids. Conveniently located just off 8th Street on Huntington Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Great vibes and good times are always on deck. No tee times required, and open daily from 11 to 8. Grab your crew and tee off today at Rapids Indoor Mini Golf.
All right, we're back here to Wisconsin Rapids. We're in the bottom of the second inning. A reminder, today's broadcast brought to you in part by Nakusa Port Edward State Bank. They proudly support our local athletes and their families, from business to personal banking and everywhere in between. Let Nakusa Port Edward State Bank work for you. I was expecting to be on the Nakusa Port Edward State Bank field tonight. That is not where we are. We're on the south field as Bryce Terang hits one in the Toyota territory. Yeah, it's American Family Field. Vinny Fonte to lead things off here in Wisconsin Rapids. Showed up and watched a couple of the guys walk into the dugout here on the south field. Nothing wrong. I mean, every field here at the Quadplex is pristine and beautiful. That one's going to be a line to left center and down for a base hit. And Vinny Fonte with a leadoff single. Good effort out there by Wagner. I'll bring up Brendan Huber with nobody out. Mutual Lavasa Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutuallavasa.com. Find an agent near you. Columbus Catholic, Thursday morning, will be looking for their first baseball state championship in school history. Just their second trip. The cool thing about the Division IV field this year at the state tournament is that every team was looking for their first ever state championship in baseball. Potosi Cassville, who Columbus Catholic played, Potosi won it by themselves as a single team or single school, single team back in 1993, but nothing as a co-op. I don't know how long ago they did co-op, Potosi and Cassville, but drop slope. Potosi Cassville had a pretty good football year as well. Reedsville, who they beat, won their first basketball state championship this winter for the first time in 80 years. That one misses a touch inside, 3-1. Cedar Grove, Belgium, who will play the winner of St. Croix Falls and I'll have to look. And a walk will bring up the top of the order here for Tommy Droner. Droner walked and was caught stealing. St. Croix Falls and Dodgeville will play after Marathon in Cedar Grove, Belgium. St. Croix Falls won it back in 23. But some pretty good storylines all around the baseball playoffs this year. State tournament field. Same as softball. It was a pretty good year for first-timers in softball this year as well. Almond Bancroft, a local team, first state softball championship. There's a ball. Mineral Point, Lamira's first championship. FVL finally won. Hamilton ended the year 30-1. Not sure when they dropped the Sussex. But, I mean, they still might be. But everywhere you look nowadays, it is just Hamilton and not Sussex Hamilton. There's a strike. Counter runs full now to Droner. Peyton Nelson on deck. Runners at first and second with nobody out. No, yeah, it's over. Marathon season has come to an end. 13-4 Rockets. Droner, a high chopper to first. Wirtz will take it himself. Runners will advance for Peyton Nelson. Congratulations to Steve Warner and the Marathon Red Raiders on another good year. Marathon always seems to push out the athletes and the good teams. First offering here to Peyton Nelson. There's a strike. Reached on an error in the first. Came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Comer to deep left field. The 0-1. Spun it away and missed. The ball a strike here to Peyton Nelson. Hard hitting third baseman Brad Comer on deck. Drops low, 2-1. Mark Ananasio now in the booth with Brian Anderson, the principal owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. There's a strike. It'll be interesting to see how the collective bargaining agreement comes about for the Major League Baseball this winter. There's a chopper to second. That'll score a run. That'll retire Peyton Nelson. Al Alicata on the putout. Two-way run across is Vinny Fonte. Hubert a third for Brad Comer. Because what the initial thought was, instead of having just a salary cap, they're going to have a salary floor as well. Chopper to third again, and that's going to get into left field. A run will score. Tough play over there for Siraki, and a run will come in for Rapids. So not only will there be a salary cap, there might be a salary cap. That's just what it might happen. But what the initial proposal was is that there would also be a salary floor that you would have to you couldn't spend less than a certain number. Popped up. Siraki at third. Nice play in the sun to end the second inning. A couple of runs and a couple of hits and one left on. We played two. New score, Rapids 3, Marshfield 1. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Congratulations and good luck to the Cedar Grove, Belgium Rockets, making their first ever trip to state, and now they are in a state championship game against either St. Croix Falls or Dodgeville. That game will start in about 35 minutes from Fox City Stadium in Appleton. It's like Neuroscience Group Field or something, and at Fox City Stadium. It's been that way for a while, but it's much, much easier just to say Fox City Stadium because that's what it's Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. That's the name of it, but much, much easier just to say Fox City Stadium, no doubt. Goodman Diamond, that's where the softball state tournament is. They had some issues last week with rain down there. Had a couple of games over at Madison College. I know it's an extra expense. There's a strike, but with the way that high school softball, collegiate softball, how much it has grown the last decade or so. Isaiah Byral ahead in the count 3-1 here. the way that has grown so much, you even just saw it at Madison College with their turf field. And maybe there's different parameters for Big Ten and Division I softball. There's a ground ball off the end of the bat to second for Byer to retire by roll. And there's one away for Preston Wagner. But got to imagine, and now that there's going to be a new athletic director at UW-Madison, that they would really consider getting a turf infield or a turf field at Goodman Diamond in Madison. It was a disaster. It's been that way forever. But when it rains at Goodman Diamond, we saw it at the start of the Allman Bancroft State semifinal when they had to push that game like 8 hours just because of the rain, and then they have to wait for it to stop raining. Got to get the tarp off, and then spend about an hour just trying to dry that field. It downpoured here at, 5:45? Wisconsin Rapids stopped raining by 6. No issues whatsoever. And, I mean, we've seen that all over the state. We've seen that all over with whatever area you want to talk about. There's probably a couple of downfalls, but not as many. There's more benefits, I think, than downfalls. Fly ball and foul territory for Cam Oliver. They wouldn't have to wait so long to get that field ready and dried off and keep playing for the state semifinal games or state championship games for state softball. Luckily, last year and the year before, they had agreed and come to an agreement that they would expand the tournament instead of just Thursday, Friday, Saturday and trying to cram all those games in with 5 divisions, which was a disaster. They at least expanded the tournament to start on Wednesday for the Division I games and then prolong it that way. Much like baseball. They started baseball tournament yesterday for just the Division I games. So there's 8 teams in that division. Fly ball to center, and Peyton Nelson ranges over to end the third inning. Second straight 3-up, 3-down inning for Jordan Tibbetts. We played 2.5. Still 3-1 Rapids. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball and Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back to the Quadplex here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, I don't want to keep on harping on the turf argument. Last year at the state baseball tournament for Legion in Stevens Point, we were unbelievably lucky. We had rain the morning or the night before the first day of the tournament, the city of Stevens Point was out there and getting it all ready. The Legion there for the Sixers was there as well, getting it ready. But it didn't rain the rest of the week. We got unbelievably fortunate and lucky. And I know Dan Lucas and the folks at the state tournament or the Legion this year will have things figured out. But it could turn into a tough go around with the state tournament in Marshfield this year. Jack Hackman Field holds water like a plugged bathtub, and there's a line drive to right. Leadoff base hit for Nathan Kromenacher. It could be tough. State tournament this year at Hackman. Jack Hackman Field is a beautiful field. Beautiful setup, beautiful press box and field and playing surfaces and whatnot, but does not hold water very well. And not sure if the Legion would allow it to be able to be moved to Safford over by the high school for a game or two, but I'll worry about it when we get there. That's the last week of July, starting on that Tuesday the 27th until Championship Saturday on August 1st. An extra day on August 2nd if needed before teams go down to Illinois where the states are where the national regionals are. There's a line drive to left, and Wagner makes the catch about chest high for the second out. Middleton, the champions last year. Middleton won the state tournament last year, but informed the Legion before the tournament started. Maybe it was a couple days before the championship, but that if they were to win, get an automatic bid into the national regionals as Cherney goes to the ground again. That they wouldn't have enough kids to go. So they won the state Legion championship. But at the end of it, had to give away their prize. They still kept the trophy, but did not compete in the national regionals because of not enough players. Kids getting ready to go to college. Football starting up that next week. Middleton had a good football season again. So Cherney stares in, spins it away. 2-1. Tyler Byer at the plate. He grounded out to end the first inning. Kromenacher stands at first with one out. There's a strike. We're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a beautiful evening here in central Wisconsin. Closing in on 8 o'clock. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Start at 7:02. Cherney fires home. Line drive up the middle. Tyler Byer with a one-out base hit for Rapids, and Vinny Fonte coming up to the plate. And we'll have a bunch of Legion, of course, the rest of the summer. Dairyland League baseball. Non-league baseball. I'll be live and free right here for you. Of course, on Zaleski Sports. Ground ball up the middle, same spot. They're going to send Kromenacher. The throw home is up the first base line. An RBI base hit for Vinny Fonte. Nathan Kromenacher scores. The throw from Jack Tubbs just up the line a tad. Krummenacher making the decision on his own. He saw where it was, and then got a brief call around by Uncle John, and ended up scoring on the ground or on the single up the middle. 3 hits in the inning. That'll bring up Brennan Huber, who walked and scored back in the second. Glad you're all joining us here on this Tuesday night. Again, we got how many games tomorrow? Like 3 or 4 scheduled. 4 right now. Wausau at Plover, Everest here in Rapids, and New London at Waupac, all Legion games. All very unlikely to happen. Fly ball to right center field. Over on him, making the catch is Colton Schillinger. No tags anywhere. Good throw back in. That'll bring up Tommy Droner with 2 outs. It's not very often that you see, again, like hourly forecasts on the apps that you see above 60% from 10 a.m. until 4 a.m. the next day. Over near right here in Wisconsin, right here where we're sitting right now, it's above 80% chance of rain from 2 p.m. until 11 p.m. tomorrow. Good luck. Ball and a strike here to Droner. Fly ball out of play. I appreciate all of our sponsors and all of you tuning in as well. Great employees here at Zaleski Sports. Droner chops it over to Wirtz and grounds out to Luke for the second straight at-bat. And we have played 3 complete. Rapids adds another one. We go to the 4th. It's 4-1 Wisconsin Rapids. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
4, 5, and 6 here for Marshfield in the 4th inning. Aiden Cherney, Sam Lehman, and Colton Schillinger. It's time to remind you that Next Step Prosthetics is providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. From Simon Field in Schofield, has been an eventful second inning. Rapids scored 5 in the top of the second. Everest has turned around. Again, looking directly into the sun at Everest at Simon Field. Everest has scored 3 to answer back. 6-3 Rapids. They're in the second inning. Rapids can score runs, as we saw yesterday and so far today. It's a matter of them being able to stop somebody and not give up runs. See how all that figures out. Aiden Cherney to lead things off. He singled back in the first. Drops low for a ball, 1-0. Derek Freeman, our home plate umpire tonight. There's a chopper to third and foul. Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling of Wisconsin Rapids. Place your comfort at home as their highest priority. Give them a call or find them online at rapidsheetmetal.com. There's a high fly ball to left. Brendan Huber backing up, still backing up in front of the warning track for the first out of the inning. One away now for Sam Lehman, who singled back in the first inning as well. Brewers up 1-0 on the solo home run from Bryce Terang in the fourth inning. Bryce having an all-star season again. Outside corner for a strike. 0-1 to this is inside. Lights are on here on the south field at the Quadplex here on the campus of Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. Lehman behind in the count, 1-2. Spins inside, miss, 2-2. Jordan Tibbetts back at it again. Count runs full to Sam. Three-two. Swung a ball 4, fouled it straight back. Three-two, and walked him. First base runner for Marshfield since the first inning. Had to bring up Colton Schillinger. Flew out to Peyton Nelson back in the first inning. Fly ball to Huber and left. Drifting over and makes the out. Second out recorded by Brennan here in the inning. 2 away now for Luke Wirtz. First offering fouled straight back. It's 0-1. How about Team USA getting a big win the other night against Paraguay in the first game of the World Cup in Los Angeles? They call Los Angeles Stadium. We call it SoFi because the FIFA doesn't like the advertisements on the field. If you saw what they did in San Francisco, or Santa Clara, it's not even in San Francisco, where the Niners play at Levi Stadium. Here goes the runner. Popped up. Look out back here. Vinny Fonte would give it a chase. They had to cover up the Levi logo on their stadium what they did is they took a big curtain or a big sheet, they cut it out, they cut out the shape of the logo and put it over the top. So so people would obviously still know it, but yeah, big win for Team USA. Back at it on Friday against Australia. Big surprise so far. Was it Spain and Cape Verde or something? There's a line drive foul, just fouled on the left field line. Cape Verde stunned the soccer world with a 0-0 tie against Spain. A lot of people were questioning what equivalent that has. People on the Twitterverse, on the Xverse, were saying that it would be very similar to, say, the Seattle Seahawks, who just won the Super Bowl, and the there's a base hit for Luke Wirtz, and like a team from like the worst team in the Canadian Football League would tie. That would be pretty. That'd be the comparison. But good on Cape Verde. Norway just scored their first ever goal today. The Norwegians got their first ever World Cup goal. The Team USA goes from Los Angeles up to Seattle for their game on Friday. Fouled into the mitts. Siraki evened it up at a ball and strike. Lumens Stadium, I think it's called now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Missed away. 2-2. And checked his swing, missed away. Counter runs full. Let's see, Seahawks Stadium, Quest Field, CenturyLink. That's the one that CenturyLink was the previous one. Runners will take off here. There they go. And Tibbetts picks up another Surf Pro strikeout. Marshfield gets a couple of runners on. They are left stranded. We've played 3.5. It is 4-1 Rapids. We'll have more from the World Cup when we come back here on Celestia Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
When hunger hits in Wisconsin Rapids, there's only one place to ride in for bold flavor: Rodeo Grill. This Tex-Mex grill is serving up juicy burgers and sizzling steaks, along with an extensive, authentic Mexican menu. Bring the family, meet up with friends, and enjoy great food in a beautiful, festive atmosphere. Dine in, take out, catering, they offer it all at Rodeo Grill, where big flavor meets small-town hospitality. Stop by today in Wisconsin Rapids and taste why everyone keeps coming back for more.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor & Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting paperwork pound cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Hey, how about a World Cup update, huh? We'll go through the scores here from the first couple of games. Mexico and South Africa. Mexico with a 2-0 win. South Korea with a 2-1 win over Czechia. Canada and Bosnia with a 1-1 draw. USA and Paraguay 4-1. Peyton Nelson will lead things off here in the fourth. Qatar and Switzerland with a 1-1 tie. Brazil and Morocco, that may have surprised some, with a 1-1 draw. Haiti, Scotland with a 1-0 win over Haiti. Australia with a 2-0 win over Turkey. If the United States is able to beat Australia on Friday, that's a hard hit ball to right center. Making the catch about chest high is Colton Schillinger for the first out. They got a pretty good lead in if they're able to, or a pretty good path to get out of the group stage if they're able to beat Australia on Friday. Germany with a 7-1 win over Curacao. That was a big story there when Curacao tied it up 1-1. And Germany came back and scored 6. The goal differential is very, very important in World Cup when it comes to if teams are tied in the standings and whatnot. So that 6-goal win for the Germans helps out big time. Netherlands and Japan, 2-2 draw. Ivory Coast with a 1-0 win over Ecuador. Misses a touch high. I don't know where Ivory Coast is, but it sounds really, really nice. Sweden with a 5-1 win over Tuzia. I got to get my geography better. Do you know what it is? Okay. Spain and Cabo Verde 0-0 draw. There's a base hit up the middle. Sounded like a possible broken bat there. That's what he's looking at. So Lehman's looking at. And Brad Comer might need a new piece of lumber when he comes back up in his next at-bat. Belgium and Europe 1-1 draw. Saudi Arabia and Uruguay 1-1 draw. Iran and New Zealand 2-2 draw. France beat Senegal today 3-1. Not only did Norway get their first win or their first goal, they got their first win. Norway 4, Iraq 1. Argentina and Algeria 0-0 in the 9th minute. Oh, hard smash to right. That's going to get over the head that time of Schillinger. Comer's going to round second, go to third. And he is going to round third and come home. An RBI double, Brett Comer trucking around the bases. An RBI double for Cam Oliver. And Rapids leads it 5-1. And Colton's like, what am I supposed to do? That was a rocket shot to right. And Brad Comer coming all the way around from first to score. The most famous, I think that was Ronaldo, wasn't it? He was the most famous, most followed, one of the most followed people on social media. But Lionel Messi, who some say is the GOAT in world football prowl, him and the Argentinians are in action today. 0-2 here to Nathan Kromenacher. Fought that one off. Able just to stay alive. Williams Plumbing and Heating is locally owned and operated right here in Wisconsin Rapids for all your plumbing and heating needs. Why like anywhere else? Call Williams Plumbing and Heating or find them online at williamsplumbingwr.com. The 0-2. Line drive. That's a base hit. It's a fair ball into the corner. Oliver will score. Kromenacher into second with a RBI double. Back-to-back doubles for the Redhawks. They get another one here in the fourth inning. 6-1 Wisconsin Rapids. It might be odd for some, and some aren't very happy about it. But the United States plays on Friday. They play at 2 o'clock Central Time. A lot of people were upset about that. Rightfully so. Host team, host country. We want the primetime spot. World Cup said, no. Chop her off a home plate. And Schultz will be retired. 2 away now for Tyler Byer. Yeah, they said no bueno there. Take on the Australians on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock Central Time in Seattle. So that's noon in the Pacific Northwest. So, and then they'll take on Turkey right back at SoFi on Thursday the 25th. And guess what? Kickoff of that one, 9 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Los Angeles time. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. United States has never been in a World Cup championship match. The best that they've ever finished was third. And guess what? That was 96 years ago. In the first ever World Cup, 1930. They finished third. There probably were only 3 teams. They have not had great success. Oh, and Byer got hit on the front elbow. First hit by pitch of the evening. There's at first and second now for Vinny Fonte. Yeah, the U.S. has not had great success in World Cup. They didn't even qualify for the Olympics last year, the year before. They better qualify this year because it's going to be in Los Angeles in 2 years. So I think a World Cup championship would help that out a lot. There's a blooper to center. That one's going to get down. Nathan's around third, bobbled out there in center by Tubbs, and Kromenacher scores. Fonte with his second RBI of the day, and Rapids adds another one here in the fourth inning. World Cup, Olympics, a lot going on. The United States has the venues to do it. The draft next year is in Minneapolis. I know many don't care, and I'm sure many of you don't care. But the WWE SummerSlam, that's going to be in Minneapolis in August as well. A lot going on. Packers football starts in 45 days. Training camp. Huber behind 0-2 here in the fourth inning. Rapids has scored in every inning. They lead 7-1. Bounces in there. New York Knicks won their first NBA title in 53 years. Carolina Hurricane won a Stanley Cup. I know it was between two U.S. teams, but the Canadians 1-2 misses away. The Canadians have yet to win a Stanley Cup. Now it might have been. So they won it. The last time a Canadian team has won a Stanley Cup final was in 1993. Fouled out of play. I was going to say that was before I was born, but the Stanley Cup is usually at the end of or midway through June. Well, let's look. Easy enough to Google when the 1993 Stanley Cup final was. Oh, Huber laces this one to left. That one's going to one-hop the wall. One will score. Fonte rounds third, and Huber's going for third. A 2 RBI triple for Brennan Huber. Fonte was racing around the bases. Byer scored easily. Fonte in. And 2 more across here in the 4th, and the 9th hitter of the inning is Tommy Droner. Oh, 5 days after. And there's a base hit. And another run will score. So Rapids is batted around here in the 4th inning. And he'll relieve Aiden Cherney from the mound. We'll have a pitching change. 10-1, Wisconsin Rapids. We'll be back with that pitching change when we come back here in the 4th inning. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
Step inside Wisconsin Rapids' newest indoor mini golf experience, Mini Rapids, where fun awaits all ages. Challenge your friends, bring the family, or plan the perfect date night, all on a one-of-a-kind course packed with twists, turns, and surprises. Rain or shine, it's putt time at Mini Rapids. Conveniently located just off 8th Street on Huntington Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Great vibes and good times are always on deck. No tee times required, and open daily from 11 to 8. Grab your crew and tee off today at Rapids Indoor Mini Golf.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Peyton Nelson will be at the plate, facing off with Preston Wagner with the runner at first. 2 outs, 6 runs across in the inning, 10th hitter of the inning. First one to Nelson is good for a strike. The last time a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup final, we just talked about that here, was June 9th, fly ball to center field, backing up on it is Tubbs. Warning track makes the catch to end the 4th inning. Peyton Nelson's got to be kicking himself. He recorded the first and the third out of the inning as Rapids scores 6 more. We'll talk more about the 1993 Stanley Cup final when we come back. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing real rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at NicoletBank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
All right. Before we talk about the 93 Stanley Cup, how about the bottom of the sixth or bottom of the third inning in DC Everest? Rapids 7, Everest 6. They're in the third inning with 1 out. Oh, gracious. But, again, going back to that 93 Stanley Cup final, there's the Montreal Canadiens beating the Los Angeles Kings 4 games to 1. That Game 5 was on Wednesday, June 9th. That was 5 days after I was born, 33 years ago. And we figured it out thanks to our friends at Google. 12,000 days since a Canadian hockey team has won the NHL Stanley Cup final. Of course, what happened this past winter in the Olympics, one of the most dramatic and most fun Olympic hockey games in U.S. hockey history, when they beat Canada. Man, that was a great day. First one here to Al Lalakata misses. June 1st to June 9th, 1993 was that Stanley Cup playoff, Stanley Cup final. Lalakata pops this one in for a base hit. First hit they had one in the last half inning. Second hit since the first inning. Montreal Canadiens with a win back in 1993. Yeah, that was Wayne Gretzky was on that Kings team. Sat out a chunk of the year. Huber didn't get a good read on it, and there's a base hit. Viral gets on, back-to-back hits for the Chaparrals. Huber did not read that one very well, or didn't get a good read on it. Two on, nobody out here in the fifth inning for the Chaps. Preston Wagner at the plate. Tibbetts misses away. Knicks won for the first time in 53 years. That was a couple of years ago that the Bucks had won for the first time in 50 years. Seahawks won. Tibbetts gets one that he likes. Foul it back into the mitt, or out of the mitt, I should say. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brewers up 1-0 in the top of the 7th. That was out of play. One ball and 2 strikes. Allen's fly ball to center. Peyton Nelson with a little skip hop and a jump there for the first out. One away now for Jack Tubbs. Reached on a fielder's choice and flew out. Two on, one away. Some changes to the baseball state tournament schedule for tomorrow already. Curious to know when the Timber Others come back. Let's see what we got here. Temporary other schedule. I was curious on when they come back because the state tournament is supposed to end on Thursday. That's all that the WIA might have it rented out for. Is through Thursday. There's a fly ball to right. Long run for Droner. And Cam Oliver gave it a good look. Well, they're staying in the Quad Cities over the weekend. So, goodness, well, they got 6 games in the Quad Cities. Jeez, I didn't realize how long these series are. Have most Mondays off, but then they are at home or on the road Tuesday through Sunday. Hard hit past third and foul. Yeah, so they're at the Quad Cities over the weekend. So if the WIA, for some reason, needs the field for Friday, then it would be available. Got him looking on the outside corner for a called strike 3. 2-away now for Aiden Cherney. See how that other game is going. There's a fly ball to left center. Somebody's got a call for it. Brendan Huber does, and makes a catch to end the 5th inning. A couple of base hits to start the inning. A fly-out, strikeout, fly-out. Jordan Tibbetts gets out of it with no damage being done. We've played 4.5. 10-1 Rapids. You're watching Dairy Lane League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDelivered.com.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that looked for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Score there 10-1 Redhawks. After a big 4th inning, a couple of changes around the outfield for the outfield for the Chaparrals. Sam Lehman now out in the left. Isaiah Byrell behind the plate. Aiden Cherney is the new shortstop, with Byrell changing around. And we are fancy to go here in the bottom of the 5th. Thank you all for tuning in here today. Give a big shout out to Joe Anderson, Jason Zaleski, and Mike Wenlet today in Appleton, sitting through a rain delay, and they left home early, gonna be home late. But usually not a bad day at the ballpark. That's what they say. First offering here to Brad Comer is down for a ball. 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles, runs scored, and a couple of RBIs. Missed a touch inside on Comer. 2-0. Solaris is your hometown fiber internet provider. Just like our athletes bring their best to the field. We bring our best to your home with lightning fast, reliable fiber internet that never quits. Stream, game, and connect without missing a beat. Get connected. Stay connected at Solaris.net. From what I can find, this Dodgeville-St. Croix Falls game just started. They usually give them about 30-ish, 35 minutes or so, 45 minutes between games. That marathon game ended about an hour ago, I think. Dodgeville-St. Croix Falls just underway. I know they couldn't care less. They're at the state semifinals, but some changes have already been made for that state tournament scheduled for tomorrow. That one almost clips the back knee of Cam Oliver. RBI double of the back in the fourth. Kaukauna and Nicolay playing at Appleton North tomorrow at 10 a.m. just to try and get some games in. Action tomorrow starts at 8 a.m. in Appleton. Kenosha St. Joe's will take on Waupun at 8 a.m. Waupun had a walk-off homer to win their sectional. And then hopefully to get that Pewaukee and Somerset game in. No other games tomorrow. They need to get those 4 games in tomorrow. Kaukauna and Appleton North at 10 a.m. Likely happening. That game's at Appleton North, and Cam Oliver gets hit by a pitch. 2 on, nobody out here in the 5th inning for Rapids. I'll bring up Nathan Kromenacher, doubled on the left field line. Nope, new hitter here. Oh, there you go. Garrett Mitchell answers right back. Solo shot. Jacob Conan will hit. That's a way to answer back, giving up a run in the 1 inning. Garrett Mitchell comes back and hits a solo home run to the upper deck in right field. So 4 games at state tomorrow. Nicolay and Kaukauna at Appleton North, 10 a.m. 8 a.m. Kenosha St. Joe's and Waupun. This is away again. Pewaukee and Somerset after that, and then they are hoping for the best that they can get Madison Memorial and Muskego in. There's a strike to Conan. Otherwise, one of those teams, Madison Memorial or Muskego, might have to play a doubleheader on Championship Thursday. Oh, now they got him picked off. Oh, thrown into center field. Runners will advance on the belly flopped over to third was Comer. But one of those 2 teams they had him picked off. They just threw it into center field past Lalicata at second. But one of those 2 teams might have to play a doubleheader on Championship Thursday with their game at Appleton North in the morning and then turning around later that night and playing in a championship game. Conan pops it out of play. There you go. Cooper Pratt needs an at-bat here. He needs a base hit for the Brewers. Come on, young fella. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Conan down on the strike. 1 away for Kenny Schultz. Brad's going to go for 3 in his debut. That's all right. Have a couple thousand more at-bats in his career. That'll bring up Kenny Schultz. 0 for 2 today, including a walk in the first. Like Kerry Van with State Farm, be your go-to for all your insurance needs. Kerry and her staff are always there to help you understand your options. Come away with the right coverage for you. That's Kerry Van with State Farm here in Wisconsin Rapids. Schultz to center. Tubbs a long run, and it skips in front of him. And 2 will score. 2 RBI base hit there for Kenny Schultz. Tubbs came up slow to throw. Brad Comer and Cam Oliver have been the hustle kings tonight. They have not let up running the bases. They've done a great job. J.D. Schultz now. J.D. had a good career as a Panther and a Black Sox as well. J.D. smashes it to left. There's another base hit. Kenny's going to round second and stop there. He was on ice skates running second base. But J.D. is on base with 1 out here for Vinny Fonte. Vinny's not even out here yet. 12-1 Rapids. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Give us time to remind you that Investor's Choice. Should financial advice focus on you, your goals, and your dreams? Your Modern Woodmen of America representative can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. Call Scott Patrick at 715-424-1873 to start the conversation today. It has been a hit parade in the season opener for the Red Hawks. Or in the home opener, not season opener, home opener for Rapids. Popped up on the infield. There's an infield fly for the second out. Vinny spent all that time taking his gear off to see one pitch, and he popped it up. That'll bring up Brendan Huber with 2 on and 2 out. Getting all those state semi-quarter and semifinal games pay-per-view only on the NFHS network, which is a topic for a different day. I know all the relationships with, there's a throwdown. It hit Huber's bat, and so then it was a couple of stolen bases, but Huber's going to be called for interference, and that will end the 5th inning. Couple more runs, 12-1 Rapids. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. Peyton Nelson will be the new pitcher for the Red Hawks. Jordan Tibbetts, a nice night again. 5 innings, gives up a run. Did scatter 6 hits, but just gave up that first run in the first inning. A couple of things here. I know they don't want to. Aaron Ashby isn't selfish. I'm just going to say that. Aaron Ashby, the pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers, isn't selfish. But Robert Gasser was looking for his first win of the year for the Crew. He had a 1-0 lead. Aaron Ashby came in, gave up a run. Then Garrett Mitchell hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, and now Ashby's out there to pitch through the 8th. Aaron Ashby leads the major leagues in wins, mostly because of his relief appearances. And if the Brewers hang on again tonight, he'll have 10 wins on the year. And that's just unfortunate for Robert Gasser to not be able to pick up that win, but Abner Uribe warming up for the Crew as well. 1-0, 1-1. Also, we were just talking about Argentina and Algeria in the World Cup tonight. About 7 minutes after I looked. About 7 minutes after I looked at our initial score, just saw that Lionel Messi scores his first goal of the World Cup. There's very few people, maybe not very few, there are very few people, 8 billion people in the world, very few people in this world that you know very well from just one name. There's a strikeout to a layman. There's a serve pro strikeout for Peyton Nelson, one away now for Colton Schillinger. But Messi is one of them. Very, very popular in the soccer realm or football realm. You got Messi, you got Ronaldo, you had Pele, who is one of the best all time. There's probably others that I'm missing. And then, of course, in the entertainment world, there's a bunch of them. More so in the soccer realm with those three. Pele and Ronaldo and Messi. Same in the tennis as well. You got Djokovic and Andy Murray back in the day. Tiger in golf, of course. Can't just say Jack unless you know you're talking about golf. Then people would know Jack Nicklaus, but a foul ball straight back into the screen. Colton Schillinger today 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. Peyton Nelson throws hard. He's ever since he's joined the Red Hawks, we've seen that. Of course, in the collegiate level as well. There's a fly ball to right center, long run, and it's going to drop down for a hit. Colton's first hit of the day. That'll bring up Luke Wirtz. He singled to left his last time up. Save up to $140 on new tires at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service now through June on 4 Goodyear tires with locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and here in Wisconsin Rapids. Abner Uribe came in relief for Aaron Ashby. Brewers 3 this week against the Guardians after a impressive weekend against the Phillies. Fly ball to left for the second out. Again, Brewers started off pretty rough, to say the least. Had a lot of injuries early on in the season. Jackson Churio got hurt during the World Baseball Classic. Sat out for a while. Andrew Vaughn got hurt on opening day. Once all the pieces came back together, once all the pieces got back into the starting lineup, it's been impressive. Nelson behind 2-0 here. Wisconsin River Orthopedics, for all your orthopedic needs. Place your trust in Wisconsin River Orthopedics. Learn more at WROinstitutes.com. There's a strike. St. Croix Falls up 1-0 on Dodgeville in the second inning in Appleton. Nelson has evened it up back at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces are wild here in the sixth inning. And 3 scheduled games for you tomorrow. Not likely as Saraki goes down for the third time via the strikeout tonight. We've played 5.5, 12-1 Rapids. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back after this. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
When hunger hits in Wisconsin Rapids, there's only one place to ride in for bold flavor, Rodeo Grill. This Tex-Mex grill is serving up juicy burgers and sizzling steaks, along with an extensive, authentic Mexican menu. Bring the family, meet up with friends, and enjoy great food in a beautiful, festive atmosphere. Dine in, take out, catering, they offer it all at Rodeo Grill, where big flavor meets small-town hospitality. Stop by today in Wisconsin Rapids and taste why everyone keeps coming back for more.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts.
All right, it is the top of the order. Tommy Droner to lead things off. Brendan Huber got called out on the interference at home plate. And Droner smashes this one to center, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. 14th hit of the day for Wisconsin Rapids. To go along with those 12 runs. Got to bring up the pitcher, Peyton Nelson. See how aggressive. See how aggressive the Red Hawks are on the base paths here. Wagner misses away. 1-0. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up for a free consultation today. Nelson ahead in the count, 3-0. Four straight, and 2 on, nobody out for Brad Comer. Brad's had a great day. 2 for 3, couple of RBIs, couple of runs scored. Walked in his last plate appearance. Closing in on 9 o'clock here in Wisconsin Rapids. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fly ball out of play. first base side. Ritchie Funeral Home has been serving family after family in Nakusa and Wisconsin Rapids since 1957. Find the very best in personal service at Ritchie Funeral Home or find them online at ritchiefuneralhome.com. Ball and a strike here to Comer. Uribe in a jam for the Crew in the 8th. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. There's a strike to Brad. Cam Oliver waiting on deck. And these two guys in the middle of the order, Comer and Oliver, they have sped around the base pass today. Ground ball to third, backhanded. I don't know why they could just stepped on third base. Yeah, not sure what he was doing. Somebody yelled tag him. It's not always best to listen to your teammates. And not sure who it was that was yelling it, but somebody yelled tag him. He was 2 steps away from the third base bag. Droner is elusive enough. He probably could have gotten past him if he really tried. If it was a dire situation, a close game, he probably could have gotten under there. Now Cam Oliver try to put that one over the scoreboard and fouls it straight back, 1-1. Uribe with a massive strikeout. Missed a touch outside, 2-1. Econ Electric is your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider since 1970. People have turned to Econ Electric. That is Econ Electric of Wisconsin Rapids. Oliver high into the night sky. Could be an error on 4 guys, but get in for a base hit. And somebody said, so-and-so, where are you running? That's a tough play. I mean, it's a play that should be made, but with they always say with the ball, the color it is, and the sky, especially this time of the night, it is not easy, especially how high that one was hit. Base is loaded now, and there's a check swing to second for 1, across, and in time to end the inning. A nice double play there up the middle. And we go to the 7th, 12-1 Rapids. You're watching Dairyland League Baseball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDeliver.com.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Welcome to the competition where only the best healthcare plans rise to the top. MegaSure.
Presenting Paperwork Pound Cake, a half-baked plan with flaky service sprinkled on top.
Ooh. Next up, Security Health Plan.
I call this one the Sweet Security. It has high-quality coverage folded in, and it's frosted with award-winning local service that's sweet but never sugar-coated.
That's a slice of better. Chef Security, congratulations. Truly the recipe for better.
Step inside Wisconsin Rapids' newest indoor mini golf experience, Mini Rapids, where fun awaits all ages. Challenge your friends, bring the family, or plan the perfect date night. All on a one-of-a-kind course packed with twists, turns, and surprises. Rain or shine, it's putt time at Mini Rapids. Conveniently located just off 8th Street on Huntington Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids. Great vibes and good times are always on deck. No tee times required, and open daily from 11 to 8. Grab your crew and tee off today at Rapids Indoor Mini Golf.
The quality materials that was used when the house was built were below builder grade. I wanted to do something a little exciting, add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. The Infinity team took time to get to know us. He wanted to know what we wanted. Once he saw my design, he says, well, let's make this happen. It's a big project. Just changed the whole look of the house, and it looks like a brand new home. The Infinity team treated us like we were their family. I would recommend Infinity to anybody.
All right, Kenny Schultz on the mound for Wisconsin Rapids. Some other defensive changes. Tommy Droner. Well, we'll see if this actually changes, or if this is actually legit. Sometimes they warm up in spots that they're not going to play, but Tommy Droner right now taking ground balls at third base. So we'll see how that pans out here. Kenny Schultz is the new pitcher for Wisconsin Rapids. Again, Kenny, an outstanding, as I mentioned earlier, very good in his time at Spash and as a Plover Black Sox. JD is the second baseman. Tommy is over at third base here. He might have been over there the last half inning as well. It will be Al Alicata here with nobody on, nobody out here in the seventh. Rapids 12 runs on 15 hits tonight. They will improve in the Dairyland League. Marshfield still looking for that first league win. These two teams played last week, and it was a 4-2 game up in Marshfield. I think that was a game that we had on our schedule and took off because of the threat of rain and the travel for some. Brewers lead at 2-1 in the bottom of the eighth. See if they keep Uribe or if they take Trevor McGill in the ninth. And Kenny Schultz picks up a Serve Pro strikeout. I'll bring up the top of the order, Isaiah Byrel. Isaiah single back in the fifth. That was a, look at that. Trevor McGill warming up. Spoke it right into an existence for the Brewers. Kenny squeaks every time he releases the ball on that mound with his tennis shoes, or with his shoes. A little extra grunt that time. 1 ball and 1 strike. McGill is coming in to throw for the Crew in the ninth. St. Croix Falls leads Dodgeville 2-0. Everest leads Rapids 8-7. Fouls that one down the right field line. That was a 6-0 Rapids lead going into the bottom of the second inning. Then it was 6-3. Rapids scored another one in the third. And then Everest scored 5 in the bottom of the third inning. They're in the bottom of the fifth right now. Derek Freeman took the ricochet of the worst of that one. Yeah, it's 2-2. Rapids can score runs. They're struggling to get out so far in the Legion season. High chopper, tough play, and JD overran it. I thought Kenny was going for an infield base hit here in the seventh for Isaiah Byrel. That'll bring up Preston Wagner. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the seventh. Just past 9 o'clock. First pitch today was at 7:02. We're at 9:03. Steve Mavs, Ryan Rasmussen here from the Wisconsin Rapids Area Sports Quadplex. It's turned out to be a pretty nice night. A little chilly. It's going to be cold tomorrow. A high of under 60 degrees. With all the rain, that makes most sense. Yeah, next week looks dry for the most part, not overly hot. That's all right, too. I got to get the grass cut on Saturday. Mrs. Lowe. Hopefully it'll dry out by then. Chance of rain on 90% chance of rain tomorrow. Oh, it is supposed to be 63 tomorrow. Heat wave in central Wisconsin. Ground ball to JD at second, backing up and gets the out there. Gets the lead runner. Spiral out. Wagner reaches on a fielder's choice. That was a good job over there for the second out, and that'll bring up Jack Tubbs. And 69 on Thursday. Chance of storms on Thursday. Chance of PM showers on Friday. There's chances for the next week, but very, very minimal chances from Saturday the 20th through Thursday the 25th. We got a lot of games next week, so hopefully rain holds off. And for the sake of these teams that are needing to reschedule these Legion League games, they're hoping for some dry weather. They need it. Ball and a strike. Again, 3 games scheduled for you tomorrow, but make sure you enjoy your day at home. Stay dry, stay warm. Schultz ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Enjoy it, enjoy it. A ball and 2 strikes here to Tubbs. King Schultz takes a deep breath. The left-hander fires home. Drops a touch low. The 2-2 here from Kenny Schultz. Fouls it out of play. Again, I will reiterate that I was a very, very not so good baseball player in my high school career. I couldn't, and obviously these guys are professionals in the Major League or in the Brewers Guardians games. I could not even imagine even standing in the batter's box for a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. The 2-2. I'll do it again. Or even Miz the other night, 104. Yeah. Good luck. That's all you can say about that. We went to a Timber Rattlers game 3 years ago or so. A couple of us at Zaleski Sports, and Miz actually pitched in that game. And the game lasted about 90 minutes. God, I'm looking to end the 7th inning, and that will do it. Yep, game's over. Ends it on a backwards K, and the Redhawks win it here tonight. Final score of 12-1. 12 runs on 15 hits, no errors for the Redhawks tonight. 1 run, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Chaparrals in a Dairyland League game this evening. Our Ridge Topic Series players of the game, whole team. I mean, it was a full team effort for the Redhawks tonight from 1 through 9, and the substitutes as well, getting the job done in a run rule winning effort here from the Quadplex tonight. We'll hear from our friends at the Key Savings Bank, and then we will wrap things up. We'll hear from our Key Savings Bank, and then we will not come back. We gave our little tidbit here in our Key Savings Bank post-game show. Our Ridge Topic Series players of the game are the entire Redhawks team tonight in a 12-1 win over the Marshfield Chaparrals tonight. For Ryan Rasmussen, this is Steve Maves from the Wisconsin Rapids Area Sports Quadplex. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week, and stay dry tomorrow, and enjoy your weekend here on Zaleski Sports. Don't forget, Columbus Catholic, Potosi Cassville, state championship game on Thursday morning, 9 o'clock. Listen to Jason Zaleski have the call of that game on Zaleski Sports. Have a great night, everyone. Final score once again, Rapids 12, Marshfield 1, here on Zaleski Sports.
We have something that we're trying to create at Key Savings Bank called Outward Energy. We don't just want to have the doors open, our members walk through. We want to be where they are. We go to meet them, we participate in their events. We think that's vitally important for us to show that Key Savings Bank is a part of the communities that we're in.
We received a very positive reaction from our community. On average, we had 250 to 300 kids alone that entered our building for the Halloween party. That didn't include the adults, grandparents, parents that brought the children. It's wonderful to be out in our community grocery shopping with my Key Savings Bank apparel, and families walk up to me and say, "Hey, I attended your Halloween party."
So about a month ago, I was approached by Sheriff Becker of Wood County Sheriff's Department, and he asked me if we'd want to participate in the Back the Badge bench press meet. So Key Savings Bank sponsored, had a $500 sponsorship to that, and I myself participated in that. And it was a really great experience. There was about 40 different people that participated throughout Wood County and actually the state. So with the Sheriff's Department obviously doing so much for us and throughout the community, it was just our way of giving back.
And now when I tell my friends and family what I'm doing or what I do every day or what involvements I'm doing, they're like, "Oh, that's the bank that offered the Halloween party. That's the bank that does the Christmas party. That's the bank that sponsors these golf events." So our awareness alone has just become amazing in the last year.
Key Savings Bank participates in a lot of these events. We love to do it. We love to know the community and the other businesses within the community. It's rewarding to see smiling faces. The kids event, when we bring them pizza, there's not just one winner, there's multiple winners. Cheese pizza is one of the coolest things that these kids love. And just seeing the smiling faces is outstanding. Probably the funnest event that we do is what you see behind me here is our coloring contest for the local kids. It's a fun event. We do a lot of fun stuff with it on our Facebook page. The voting goes nuts because it's the community that votes for it. And at the end, there's a lot of participation. So that's the best event.
We had Thursday grill outs. We did that. We were raising money for the Rome Canine Division. We set up in mid-June to have grill outs each and every Thursday all the way through till the middle of August.
Numerous amount of golf outings where we raise money specifically for that event through our whole sponsorships and games that we play.
My employees right now are all very active in participating in literally hundreds of events over the last 2 years that make Key Savings Bank a part of this community. We think that's very important.